Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first unreleased JDizzle experience. And you may be wondering, who is the guest? Who is the guest of our unreleased very first JDizzle experience? Well, if you don't know Ripcord. Well, I already said the name. There you go. Can you hear the theme song?
No.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
All right, well, the recording will hear it. Introducing someone that is amazing, one of my best friends, one of my groomsmen. You're getting a treat. Who is it?
What's up?
Yeah!
Yo!
It's Ripcord! Face reveal. Face reveal.
Face reveal. We've done Dungeons and Dragons together. What are you
I
talking about?
I know. You just don't show your face like super often. That's all.
No, I don't. It's a treat, you know. Even when I stream, I don't even show my face.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't show your face on your streams or most things. But welcome to the JDizzle experience. How are you feeling?
I feel good. A little hungry, but I'm alive. I'm chilling. You know, I got my lemon flavored water, so we're good.
Yo, you're fitting into the legs like super well right now with that posture. I honestly was convinced the legs were actually yours for a hot second there. I was like, wow, he's really relaxed. Like his legs are all kicked up. I'm like, wait, I put that there. I forgot. Oh shoot. Oh man.
Yeah.
So obviously Ripcord is not your real life name. And you don't have to say your real life name. But I for those who don't know you, what's the story behind your name Ripcord and how did you get that?
Oh man, Ripcord. Well, my real life. Ugh, I can't even speak. Jeez,
You're good.
My real life name is Eli. I go by Eli every now and then. Technically it's Elijah, but I go by Eli. And Ripcord actually, it wasn't even like my first name, to be honest with you. My first name was something like Valuted Expert when I first joined online Xbox 360, you know, COD chats,
Yeah,
public
360
lobbies,
days.
360
Yeah.
days. You know, you hop into what was it? Black Ops 2, and you just the G11, one of my favorite guns, or ballistic knives. I'm surgical.
Oh my gosh. Ballistic knives, bro. And with the tomahawks, oh my gosh.
Tomahawks, throwing knives, the trip
So good.
mines. Eventually, when you get to BO3, you got the electric charges. I was all over that. Any throwables and from any distance, I was great. But yeah, no, my original name was something like Valuted Expert 27. And around that time, I started watching this old 90s G.I. Joe show. I don't remember the name. It was probably like G.I. Joe Rebellion or whatever. And there was this really cool character that I liked, but he was only in the first episode because they killed him off. And then he comes back later, but I'm not gonna spoil it in case you want to watch it. But his tagline was Ripcord, and the reason why they called him Ripcord is he was a black mechanical and electrical engineer, and at the time that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an engineer, so I was just like, "Yo, Ripcord, let me change my name to Ripcord." And then I kept the 27 from my original AI generated tag name that they gave me when you first joined Xbox Party Chats or Xbox Live. In case you don't know, for all the youngins out there, you didn't get to choose your name at the beginning. You got a randomly generated one, and you could only change it every, I think it was like 3 months, and even then you had to pay like $10 to $15. It was crazy.
I think I remember it being $10 to change it, and they had a time limit on it. I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to keep changing your name like all the time, but yeah, no, it was rough. It was rough out there.
But $10, you know, like what if you change your name? I don't know if you ever watched regular show and you're like, oh, I want to be called Trash Boat. And then you realize just how bad that is, but you paid the $10. Now you're stuck for, I don't know, 3 months being called Trash Boat, and you can't change
Yikes.
it.
That's a long time. That is a long time to be called Trash Boat and not being
Oh
able to change
man.
it. Oh my
Especially when
gosh.
you go to COD lobbies, and imagine you're just called, your name is just Trash Boat or the Trash Boat. You probably have to put like an underscore or lowercase x and an uppercase X 0057 or whatever, right? We know the stories, we've seen it, we've all been online before, right? And you're just in a COD lobby and you're utter dog water. They're gonna be like, yeah, you're trash mode because you're trash. You're not gonna live that down. Even if you change your name and you're playing with friends, you're always gonna be trash mode.
I mean, if anything, you could use it as a counter because if you know you're trash and you name yourself trash and they try to make fun of you by calling you Trash Boat, you're like, well, yeah, that's my name. Yeah, that's my name.
But
I don't know. It could
yeah,
be the perfect
just own
deflection.
it and diffuse the situation. Nah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yo, that's so it's always been, it started with Voluted and then it's been Ripcord, and that's the whole history. That you never had any other
I've
names or
never had
anything.
any other name. I change it every now and then because apparently Ripcord is common now.
Is
So
it?
yeah, like who's taking my name? Don't they know that's mine?
I know,
Um,
right?
People these days.
Ban
But
them.
yeah, it's either Ripcord or Rippycord or 27 or 34, somewhere around there. Um, Unless like I'm on like social media, then it has to be something else because I teach now, so I can't have my kids fighting me.
I feel that. I feel that. Yep. As a teacher myself, who is also, I don't know if this is smart. I'm showing my face. uh, you're smart and you're not really showing your face on stream.
That's part of the
Uh,
reason why I don't show my face on stream because I already have my students. Mr. Eli, is this you? Nope,
oh,
nope,
what? What?
nope.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
I
coming
was
for
going
you.
over the Vidoc that we had for one of our Dungeons and Dragons um, during my prep periods, and a few
They
students came
found
in.
it.
They saw me watching the video, and they're like, "Mr. Eli, is that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I stream on Twitch." And this was like a few months ago.
Oh,
But then I said it as I closed my laptop, so they couldn't like see where the video was.
yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my god!" Da, 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 da." And I'm like, "No, I'm not telling you my name. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like
Yeah.
no." This is not out. I'm not your friend. I'm your teacher. So either ask your question or please leave my class.
But now the hunt for your username is now on.
Yes. I have about like 3 to 4 kids every week coming up to me in the hallway with like a sheet of paper of like a long list of like, oh, is this your name or is this I found, and I'm like, I'm not, no. First off, you're wrong. None of those are me. Why would I ever use my real name? Secondly, I'm not going to tell you if you're right. You're just going to be wrong.
Yeah. Well, at least you're playing that well. At least you're playing that well. Oh my
We'll see
gosh.
how long that survives.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. So speaking of streaming, you do stream, not super frequently. Uh
Not as much as I'd like, no.
oh, so do you plan on like streaming more or getting bigger, or what's the plan with that?
I think it's kind of just like I play a lot of video games, unfortunately, and
Unfortunately.
my bank account runs empty every time a new game comes out. And don't even get
Real,
me started
real.
on Destiny. Oh my gosh, I haven't played Destiny in 6 months, and I feel free. I feel liberated. And no, 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 I'm serious.
Yo,
Like,
wow, it's that much of a burden, huh?
I hate how much I play that game. I could probably look it up, but I know that I have over 1,000 hours on that game.
Oh my gosh.
I've
That's
been
a
playing the game
lot.
since 2015. I have to have more than 1,000 hours. I've been on Destiny chronically since the beginning of it, and I've spent more than I know there were a couple days where I spent like 10 hours on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Um
crazy.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, no, you're totally good. Well, we're just talking about streaming, and speaking of streaming too, like, do you have what's your like streaming philosophy, or what do you think would make a great stream, or what makes you a great streamer, or like what?
I
Yeah,
mean, I'm funny, obviously. No, I'm joking. I'm not that funny.
no, you're funny.
Um,
You're funny. Own it. Own it.
I can't be funny. But like, depends who's in chat. Sometimes I'll reach chat, and, JD pops in. It's cool to have JD. We'll talk about some stuff. But I stream Minecraft. I tried streaming Destiny, but there are too many sweats. Um, and we'll have lighthearted conversations. People will ask some deep questions, and I am a philosophical person, so I obviously will jump right into the deep end and be like, let's have a chat. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the political state of our government? Do you want to talk about finances, economics? Do you want to talk about history, or maybe you want to go ancient history? Do you want to talk about I don't know, different religions? It really just changes. I think the best way to have those conversations is, obviously we have biases, but not to play into those biases. It doesn't matter your political party. It doesn't matter your political side, whether you're conservative or you're a liberal, or if you're a left or rightist, or if you're somewhere in between. Um, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter your religion, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or maybe you're somewhere in between. Even if you're Scientology, it doesn't matter. I think it's just Markiplier pops into my head. The golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. Show some respect, be open minded, and if you lack understanding, just be upfront. Yeah, I don't get it. I would like to understand. If you would love to explain it to me, I would love to hear you. Try to make sense of it, and if I can't make sense of it, I apologize, but I'm trying. So I think that's just a reality of it. Just being open.
Yeah, being open. So your joy comes from like, does it come from the gaming, or more so like the interactions and deep conversations during stream?
Both. If I'm playing something competitive,
Yeah.
then I'm not finding joy in that game.
Wow, wow, wow.
I'm not finding joy in it. Battlefield 6.
Why do you play it? No joy? No, why do you play it?
That I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I remember I bought Battlefield 6 when it first came out, and I was like, yo, I used to be a huge Battlefield 1 guy back on the Xbox One. I'm about to be lit.
I love Battlefield 1.
I've always loved snipers. Like I've just been so great with snipers. I used to do trick shots in public lobbies of COD with snipers. I was goated. Talk about 360 no scopes, like, oh, off the wall bangers. And you would get a headshot in Battlefield, and it would feel so good.
Yes.
You could hear the ding of the
yes.
because there's the ding off of the cartridge for the ammo,
Yeah.
right? And then there's another ding when you get a headshot and it kills, like, immediately. So you get two dings, and then the medals start pouring in, and you see it load up on your UI in front of you, and you're just like, oh, now I'm chasing the medals. Because if I can get two dings, I know for a fact I'm goated. So walked into a Battlefield 6 lobby a month after release, and I feel like this is important. A month after release. So you already have people who have mastered this game, and I'm still just finding out how it is.
Mastered in a month. Is that the normal time it takes to master a game?
If it's Battlefield, then yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Battlefield people go crazy.
That's true.
But I'm there. I came. I saw. I got rocked, and I left.
And you left. Wait, so how long did you play for? You said you 5 hours total?
Yeah, 5 hours straight.
Oh, 5 hours straight. But you came back to it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm currently sitting on like 150 hours in Battlefield, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
too shabby.
No, I definitely got better at the sniping component. Um, you got to really immerse yourself in that game. If you're sniping, then you're not in the battlefield. Like you're literally on the edge of the map. You have a respawn beam or token or whatever. And you're living there on the edge, marking everything, hiding, choosing your shots wisely. Um, it's always satisfying because I'm always able to get into enemy territory, but then I'm up close with the enemy and I have a sniper and it's bolt action, so I can't really like automatically shoot them. I have to take out my pistol,
Yeah,
and it just doesn't go well. Listen, I have a pistol, and I'm fighting someone with an AR or a submachine gun. I'm losing that fight.
yeah,
Off
yeah.
rip, I'm losing it.
Off rip.
It's crazy.
Doo-doo-tsh.
Yeah, rip cord.
Yeah, rip, rip cord, rip cord off the rip.
Oh man, that used to be so confusing when I first started popping around Discord and like Twitch, because everyone would be like, "Yo, R.I.P. or RIP," and I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And they're like, "No, like RIP as in like R.I.P. like rest in peace," and I'm like, "Oh, my fault,
Yeah,
my fault."
constantly thinking everyone's talking about you.
I just didn't want to be disrespectful, you know. Like if
Yeah.
someone's talking to you, then I don't want to say something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so funny. Oh my gosh. So what's some crazy fact that most people don't know about you?
Ah man, crazy fact. I mean, I have a lot of them.
What's the craziest?
I am working on 3 books right now. One of them's complete.
Ooh.
The other one's halfway done, and the last one I've only just started. So yeah,
3. You said 3.
yeah,
Is this a trilogy?
no, well,
There-
no,
Okay. So maybe a little leaking of references one into another, maybe, perhaps.
they live in the same universe. Let's
Okay.
just say that.
All right. But disconnected stories in the same universe. Mostly disconnected. Okay, all right. We won't spoil anything. Okay. And so how long have you been working on these books again?
I worked on the first book during the start of the pandemic. I mean, like it's the start of the pandemic. What are you gonna do? I'm in college, finishing out my degree for engineering. Taking a Chem 204 class, which I hated. Um, you have 5 hours to kill because everything is online, and this is before AI was like a huge thing, or even before it started. Oh my god, a life
Yeah.
before AI was great.
You know.
DoorDash was so much cheaper.
Wait. Do you think there's a connection between AI and DoorDash prices?
Oh god, no. I was just thinking about it.
Just living back in the moment. Yeah, I feel you. It's crazy that people were working DoorDash during the pandemic, though, honestly.
They were making money though.
That's true. Everybody wanted to eat out, but nobody wanted to go out. That's
I feel like because we had essential workers still operating. So if you had a job that you're making money from, like even if it's a little money, it went a long way, right? And then you had a car, you were golden. You could literally travel the entire like world and be okay.
True.
Right? I mean, there was that guy that did that shotgun trip from New York all the way to California in record time because there was no traffic.
Yes, I did hear about that. And he was like speeding like crazy.
He made it in like 2 days or something.
It was insane.
Crazy.
Once in a lifetime opportunity, honestly, and he took it.
Literally, if I had a car, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
If I had a car at that time, ooh, I would have been out, bro. I would be out.
Zero traffic. Insane.
Never have to worry about a car.
So tell us a little more about, I guess, maybe what the book is about without giving out too much of what you don't want people to know. But like maybe a genre, a theme, or something that the book is about.
Okay. Um, the first book talks about existentialism. Um,
Nice.
and existentialism really is a specific type of point of view where it questions the world in its cynicalism, but it also pushes the needle into asking the purpose of what it is that we do on a mundane life, right? So, what is the purpose of waking up and brushing your teeth if you're just going to be going to bed in a few hours? What's the purpose of making a bed if you're just going to mess it up at the end of the day, right? And it makes the things that some of us don't think about, some of us that are just going by life on easy mode, or on an easier difficulty. Let's not diminish one another, but who don't really have a lot of challenges. It takes those things that people don't really think about and elevates it to a higher difficulty, right? Because it's. I mean, we all have different lives. I feel like sometimes people struggle with whether it's brushing your teeth, whether it's showering, whether it's most commonly putting laundry away for most people. Um,
Real.
just being honest here, it's one thing
Real.
to do the laundry, but it's another thing to put the laundry
Oh
away,
my gosh.
especially
Real.
when you fold them. Ooh.
Actually, speaking of laundry, just real quick, what's your order? Do the dryer's done? Do you fold it as soon as you take it out, or do you throw it somewhere in your room and then fold it and then put it away, or do you leave it in the dryer for 2 days and then get to it?
JD, I'm not a crazy person. I stuff it into a laundry bag and I leave it on the floor for a week, and then I fold it. Like, come on.
After a week, you fold it.
If I get to it.
Yeah, if it's when it's already crumpled up, right? So effective. Why do we do
Oh
this?
man.
You're not. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even get the chance to fold it because everything you wear within the week is in the bag.
Oh
So
my
then
gosh. Do you ever
just
I've done that too sometimes. Do you ever like you fold up your crumpled up clothing? Do you ever like pre-wear it so that your body heat starts to iron it out like some hours before, and then by the time you're out, it's already kind of straightened out? Yeah. Big brain moves. If you
big
don't
brain,
know
big
now, you
brain.
know.
Oh my god, not the BIG moment. Um, but yeah, no. So the first book talks about existentialism, in a very particular mindset. It's from the point of view of two different characters in a sci-fi type of theme. The second book, which is in the same universe and actually happens some distant time after the first book because it's an anthology series. Picks up with the main character, and I guess the inspiration for it was the different forms of media I consumed when I was a child, and more recently in popular mainstream media. Um, I got really inspired. I got really inspired by this movie, this animated movie that came out a few years ago. I don't know if you watched the Transformers one.
Transformers animated?
Yeah, the
Oh,
most recent one.
Transformers 1?
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in there, um, and I really like their portrayal of um Megatron. And don't get me wrong here, right? I'm gonna say this, and I need this to be understood. I'm not a big fan of, oh, he's evil or he's the villain because of something that bad happened to them, right? I'm not a big fan of that. When you do it right, yeah, it's good. But when you do it like My Hero Academia, where all for one was a villain because he was a villain, because he hated people and he hated everything, and there was really no reason, like, because his brother had the same beginning as him and still ended up a hero.
Mm.
So it's the psychology and the genetics of it all, right? I don't like that. But when I'm looking at that movie and I see the storytelling and the amount of effort that went in to create this character, they made him three-dimensional in a sense where you could relate to him,
Mm.
but his hatred doesn't come with Like his villainy doesn't come from, oh yeah, something happened because this happened. No, he really got caught up in the fighting for justice of it all, that it corrupted him to go to an extreme. That's not because of other people. That's just because his archetype. He lacked self control. He lacked self awareness that he was able to fall into such a desperate state. And there's that scene, that famous scene where you have Megatron and Optimus before he became a Prime, and he's holding on to Optimus on the bridge, and the scene is just like, I can't help you anymore, right? And it's just this really cinematic scene. It's beautiful, and I loved it so much because it was just like, what do you mean you can't help him? That's your brother. But also like, you're choosing to stop enabling something that you dislike, so you have to choose to let it go, and in a symbolic way, by letting it go, it now becomes your biggest problem because you've ignored it. um and
Mm.
I've always loved the storyline between Optimus and Megatron because they've always been brothers. There's always been canon. um but I just felt like that depiction of their history was great, and this idea of them being born into society that steals the component that allows them to transform, and they sell it off to higher marketers. I always thought that that was such like a great antidote, and it's like a very small thing, but it adds so much to the world.
Dude, it was dude, I love that movie. And the movie got amazing ratings for like, very good reason. Very good. The humor was good. But yeah, giving 3 dimension to the villain, who we've always known as the villain of Transformers, and like their brothers, dude. And like anytime you could see the point of view from the villain, that's like so good. It's so good. Right?
Loved it.
Have you and
Loved it.
this is almost like the whole what have you seen the 2.5 hour or an hour and a half long video talking about how Thanos was right? It's like similar thing, right?
That video, does it talk about how he was trying to save the world because he knew there was an Eternal in it?
Yep. If you haven't seen that video and you love
I've
Marvel,
read the comics.
you
I
have to watch
understand
it.
it. I get it. I that's why I don't like the Marvel franchise. I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat from that. I know there's gonna be a lot of controversy. A lot of my friends already don't like me because of that. Um, I don't like Endgame. I wasn't a big fan of Infinity
Oh,
War. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna say it.
why?
Plot wise, it doesn't make sense.
Which parts?
The entirety of it.
Like the time travel aspect or what?
You had, I think Infinity War was great as a standalone movie, but then when you paired it with Endgame, it invalidated so many scenes because Endgame focuses on the importance of paradox and how you need to like keep time in a continuous flow and make sure that you don't run into a paradox by creating an alternate timeline via different situations that happen away from the sacred timeline. TVA, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Right. But it invalidates that by having Captain America at the end of the movie return all the stones and then go back to be with Peggy. Because that's a paradox. And if that was something that happened the entire time, then you're telling me the sacred timeline is in itself a paradox, which
Because
shouldn't exist.
there's a Captain America that lives throughout the whole timeline
Yes,
getting old.
yes,
How does that paradox?
because the Captain America that lives with Peggy isn't supposed to exist because he's frozen in ice at the same time. You
Wait,
have
but
two
that's
ver-
the younger Captain America is an ice.
Doesn't
Though.
matter. It's still a paradox.
Well, how would there be a logical issue though?
He had as a kid.
Do they have a kid?
They have a kid.
I don't remember that. Captain
They have a
America
kid.
has a child with Peggy?
They have a child.
When is that shown?
It's alluded through the ending of it. You'll see it.
Oh,
Rewatch
shoot.
it. They talk about how they got married, which changes the entire history of Peggy, because throughout the Marvel movies they distinguishingly mention that Peggy never has a husband, but she does have a child. The child that she has ends up being the mother of the Shield agent that kisses Captain America during Civil War. So, if we follow that timeline, stay with me now. If we follow that timeline, the child that Peggy has, who becomes the mother of the girl that kisses Captain America,
Oh,
is Captain America's granddaughter.
that kid. Wait. So then he kisses his granddaughter?
She kisses him, and he kisses her back. The younger Steve does.
Yes. I remember that, I think. But how does that kiss make it a paradox, though?
You ever seen Back to the Future?
Yeah.
How could someone exist from themselves? It's literally the grandfather situation.
No, but Captain America has the kid with Peggy, not the granddaughter.
Right. She has the kid with Peggy, but Peggy wasn't supposed to have a child.
What do you mean? How can you say she wasn't supposed to have a child?
She wasn't supposed to get married, and she wasn't supposed to have a child. And then they retconned the entire thing in the middle of the franchise. They retconned it.
But what if it was just like, oh, we got to keep it a secret? What if they ended up doing it, but then Captain America knows the whole timeline issue, and he's like, well, we just got to like keep it on the down low.
Agent Carter, which is canon, is a TV series about Peggy.
Oh, I did not watch that.
They don't mention it. They don't mention it.
But maybe that's because it was top secret. Maybe it was like
Nope.
You know, you have a point. You have a point. That very well.
All I'm saying is this: as a standalone movie, without anything connecting to it, it's a great movie. But they messed it up because it grew too big and they couldn't keep track of it. And there's so many inconsistency, and the continuity just doesn't connect. And that, unfortunately, is what happens when you work on something for so long. You can't keep track of it. I mean, look at Stranger Things season 5.
Oh my gosh,
that's what happened.
Big time. Very extra obvious
flop.
For season 5. Huge.
It's a huge flop. Where were the demo dogs?
Yeah.
Where are the Demogorgons?
Nowhere. On vacation.
You literally had the cast members and the writers of the room, because they shot the documentary for it, and it came out on the 12th, and they themselves said, oh, even the writers didn't finish the series. They don't know how to end it. But that was the whole point of Stranger Things, is that they started season 1 with an idea of how to end the entire show, but now they don't know how to end it.
That never works well. It never ever works well. Never knowing the full ending of where you want to go, like writing a story, not knowing where you're going, it never ends well. Other than but if you know the ending, you write everything else based on your knowledge of the ending and that final outcome. It never works well writing it without knowing the ending. It's yeah. And there were so many plot holes. It was
so many.
Too
they
many.
Forgot Bill's birthday.
Wait. Remind me who Bill is again? I'm horrible with
Will.
names. Will. What, you call Will Bill?
No, I said Will.
I thought you said Bill. Like, who's Bill? Yo, that's true. Yo, there's so much we could talk about with Stranger Things too. But to talk more about you and who you are, who would you say? Do you have a biggest inspiration when it comes to, I guess, both writing and streaming, unless it's the same thing?
I mean, obvious answer would be like my relationship with God, my relationship with my family. But I think my biggest inspiration and motivation has always just been life can be crap. I really just want to create and have fun and live life, and I'm in the opportunity to. And I look at people like Hemingway. I look at people who literally fought wars and has had a worse life than me. Hemingway wrote like 20 books by the time he was almost 30.
20.
Almost 20.
Wow. What year did Hemingway write again?
This was like during the Great Depression,
Oh yeah. Wow.
right? So like the 1920s to the 1930s, like around World War One, right? And I look at people like that, or I look at people even in modern times with how things are unfortunately going in our country, um, and the people that are being oppressed, my people who are being oppressed, the Hispanic community, and it's just like I have the ability to write, I have the ability to create. I'm sitting in the comfort of my home, um, and a lot of people who look like me, who sound like me, who speak better Spanish than me, don't have that. So I feel like if I don't not do something worthwhile, but if I don't make the best of it for my life, it's kind of like a waste.
Mm.
Which is like part of the reason why I just started like creating as much and spending as much time as I can in that creative field. And then I started like going after the things that I want and setting myself up for the future, and just no more excuses. That's really it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not really like a single person or thing. It's like the idea of I want to like do something great with my life since I have what I have. Don't want to take it for
Yeah.
granted. That's awesome. I love that. How do you think
Yeah,
that
man.
how do you think that translates into writing and streaming or what other else you do?
Oh, it translates profusely. I mean, as a teacher, we're in these kids' lives, arguably a lot more than their parents because we see them 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Not to diminish parents and their relationship with their kids. It's just statistically speaking, we have a lot more FaceTime than their parents do. And that's just how it is because they're in school for like what, 7, 8 months, 6, 7, um, 8, 9.
No,
Uh,
no, no. No, no, no.
I just and listen.
I can't
I
stand
might know these.
A9.
I know.
No, no, no. Oh no.
Oh man. And when
Oh
the
man.
when the fingers clap together, the tea is piping hot. Um. So
Oh my gosh.
I think I think just in general, it's just the recognition that I have the ability to influence the people around me, and because I am in a position of influence, what am I influencing these people in?
Mm,
Um, am I influencing them in good values and virtues, things that would uplift them in social constructs that would encourage them to be better than the societal norm? Or am I using it for my own personal gain and satisfaction? Am I making the situation, am I allowing the situation to make me feel good about myself when really it should be about helping others feel good? So
mm.
I think that's just kind of where my head's been for the past like few years, where it's just like I'm really in this position where I get to help people, and I can be selfish about it and make it about me, or I can do the latter, which is focusing on the person at need.
Wow.
So
You're just a, a,
yeah.
a total gift to humanity,
I don't
honestly.
know about that. I appreciate the compliment, but I don't know about that.
I mean, you're humble, and that's great. And here's the thing: you'll never see yourself from someone else's perspective. You'll only ever see yourself from your own. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you'll never see yourself from my eyes. But that is what I think. Oh man. Well,
Oh
since
man,
we're
you're great.
since we're deep, I'll ask you another deep question. Is there anything that keeps you up at night?
Most recently has been the snow.
Oh,
Where
okay.
I live on the East Coast, it has been the snow and the fear of my car being trapped in it.
True.
Um, but I love playing in the snow, so staying out for 3 hours digging my car isn't that bad, as long as I have music in it. Um, but I think the thing that keeps me up at night is just, um, what was I watching? I love media, so I consume a lot of um, like TV and movies because it's just easier to relate. That and I read a lot. Um,
Nice.
I was watching this show called Chosen. By the way, if you haven't seen Chosen, you
Yeah.
can go Chosen. Please go watch it. It's a show about the depiction of Jesus Christ from Christianity, based off of the Bible and only the Bible. They do take some creative liberties, so it's not completely factual if you're looking at the Bible as a factual thing, but it's a great introduction to what Christianity should be. Um, and I was watching a clip as I was scrolling through TikTok, as one usually does when they're doom scrolling at like 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night.
Oh.
And
can't
this
can't be
clip
helped.
always sticks with me. That's you all the time, JD. Don't play with me.
It was me. It was me. I've become more disciplined about my sleep schedule now that I'm working at a school and
Have a wife.
have a wife. Yeah.
Her rolling over, see you just gremlin mode. Do.
Yeah, I know. If
Lizard, lizard.
that would be horrible. That would be horrible.
Oh man. Okay, so this clip comes from the actor who portrays Jesus. He's in this interview. It's kind of like a famous clip. And she's asking him what was one question you would ask Jesus, right? And his response left her stunned and like audibly there was like a huge pause, right? And his response was, did I do a good enough job? Like, was I close enough? And it's in
Mm,
reference to his portrayal of Jesus. And I feel like for me, that's kind of the thing that keeps me up at night is, am I doing the best that I'm doing in my situation? Are there
mm,
ways that I can do better? And it's not to take away from any of the stuff I've done or to belittle it or say that, I'm not making the most of my opportunity. But it's definitely this thing that continually keeps me motivated. It's just, okay, I did this and this is great, and I might have had a good turnout on it, but is there something different that could have made it easier, could have made it more efficient, could have had a better response? How can I improve? Not for my sake, but so I can be better at helping others. Um, and I think that's just the thing that keeps me up at night. And I worry about that every now and then because I always feel like you said, like we're our own worst critic. So I feel like every now and then I might be a little bit too harsh on myself. But
fair.
I feel like if I just stay in that mindset where I'm kind of locked in and I'm focused on that, it's just like, all right, let's be realistic here. I did good, but I also could have done better in this area. Or maybe sometimes I did bad. I did terrible. Here's how I can improve in that area, kind of a thing.
But to a certain degree, like knowing you're not perfect kind of
Yes.
contributes towards being perfect. It's almost a paradox, right? We love paradoxes, don't we? Because if you think you did everything right, then you didn't do everything right as well.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like it's so deep. You could go so deep into
I
this. It's
love it though.
like
But that's
insane.
why I love it. That's why I love it. I think the perfect thing about oneself and the perfect thing about life is how imperfect we are,
Mm,
right? Because and that's what, oh gosh, and that's what makes us unique and inherently makes us beautiful and one of a kind, right? We all talk about when we were like younger how each snowflake is different, which is true. If you ever get the chance to take a snowflake, freeze it, and examine it under a microscope because you can't see it with your naked eye, you'll see the way the icicle forms and the particles in which it stretches out as a snowflake. It its structure is vastly different if you were to compare it to somebody else or someone else. And I think that's the point of beauty is that one, that it fades, and two, it's imperfect. We have working in education. You hear this phrase called wabi sabi. It's been going crazy over the internet. You know about you don't know about wabi sabi?
what is that?
Oh,
No,
JD,
I don't. I don't
okay.
know.
So Wabi Sabi is this clip that comes from King of the Hill, and they're talking about um flowers and how this one's perfect, and if you go by the guidebook, how to grow this specific flower, this is what it looks like. This is what perfection looks like. Um, and then the younger kid, the child, the son of the dad, his reply is, "But I like this one. This one's kind of off center. It kind of has wabi sabi to it." And his father's reply, because he doesn't know, right? And it's not always our fault when we don't know things. Sometimes we just don't know because we don't know.
Yeah.
Um, the father's reply is, "Oh, you can't make something up just to validate it." And his son, very subtly, with no malice, with no, "Oh, I'm gonna fool dad," is like, "No, dad, wabi sabi is an Eastern Asian saying that refers to the uniqueness of something that's imperfect. It
Ooh.
makes it beauty." Um, so my students go around there like, "Wabi sabi, you're wabi sabi." But I really think that's I really think that's the point of it, is just the more unique it is, the more different it is, the more imperfect it is, inherently, that's what attributes to its perfect and its beauty, is that it's flawed. And us as people, we're flawed. And that's kind of what makes humans, in a certain light, in a very certain light, beautiful, amazing creatures, is the ability for perfection with the realization of imperfection.
Wow. Yo, it's yo. I totally know what you're saying. I totally like get it, and I've thought about this a lot. But I remember first trying to understand that concept, and
Mm,
it's so difficult to like get a grasp on, like perfect because it's imperfect. It all sounds so contradictory, like paradoxical, right? But I think that's the thing, since we're on the topic of kind of like
yeah.
I mean, this is very kind of Christian based, thinking.
Yeah.
Jesus flipped everything that everyone knew upside down and on top of its head, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, the first will be last, the last will be first. Whoever's the lowest is the greatest. Whoever's the greatest will be is the lowest. Like everything that he preached was just flipping everything upside down. And then now the idea of, oh, even being perfect, if you're imperfect. But then even then, it's like, it's a certain type. It's like if you're super, super bad and really imperfect, that also doesn't make you perfect. But also
Yeah.
being this certain flavor of imperfect makes you perfect, but no one will ever be perfect. And then it's just this like, huh?
Yeah.
It's something you like, you just have to like think about for like a long time. But that's kind of
Yeah.
also the beauty of it, right? It's something that you
Yeah.
could sink your brain into, think about for decades, for the rest of your life, and continuously learn more and more about it, right? It's so
But
cool.
isn't that kind of the point? I mean, like, listen, we already dove into Christianity, so why not just dive in deeper, right? I think that's kind of the whole point of, when it talks about Bible, when we talk about um the reason for being and the purpose, that what's our purpose. I think God just made it easy. God gave us this structure of what it looks like to be, what a human's version of perfection is and to be beautiful is, and it merely is just to exist. It took all the pressure off. And I think that was supposed to be the encouragement, and like us humans do when we hear opinions, when we hear, different phrases and saying from other people, we kind of interpret it in our own mind. And sometimes our interpretation can lead to, I'm going to use corruption for the sake of the argument. And when I say corruption, I mean it to be identified as something away from the norm, versus something that is the norm. And the norm
Hmm.
can change, but and we take it and we kind of like put our own spin on it, and we not completely corrupt it, but we change its identity, and it no longer is what it should be. And I think that kind of is just what the opposite is. is for us to stop with the performance. It's for us to stop trying to, brag and be this, oh, look at me kind of a person, and be like, no, like, I mean, you can look at me, that's fine, but that's not the point. I listen, like I know it feels great to be watched. I know it feels great to be recognized. Oh gosh. But I think the point of it is just to acknowledge that, yeah, I'd like to be seen and recognized, but that's not the reason why I do the work that I do. It's for the benefit of others. And it makes me feel good, which is good for me, but that's not the motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another total contradictory like thing.
Yeah,
Like
I know,
our
right?
human nature like craves us to be appreciated. But then but the way you direct it, where's it coming from, makes the world of a difference. Because if it's only coming from God, then like you don't need any human appreciation. Like you just good. You could just float, just be good. But then if you need it from humans, it's naturally gonna corrupt your motivation and what you do in like all types of ways. It's so interesting. It's
Yeah,
so
it's a thought jerker for sure.
yeah. And have you ever seen the Bema podcast?
Yes, the Baba podcast, really good.
Dude, yeah, Marty Solomon, the host of the Bema podcast, he talks so much about like the Eastern interpretation of the Bible. And oh God, I've fully lost my train of thought.
That's okay. But you're not wrong. Marty Sullivan does talk about how Christianity in its roots at its bare minimum, which is just the Bible.
Yeah.
You have the Torah, and then you have Abraham, and then you continue all the way through the Old Testament into the New Testament. And the Bible in its entirety is itself an Eastern religion. And I think that's kind of just what this half of the hemisphere has done with it, is that we've changed it to be this Western thing. And because Eastern and Western live by different customs, and they go about tradition differently, a lot of things get lost in translation. And when you look at the Bible from the Eastern perspective, and you look at the imagery and the subtle nuances and cultural references that you would only understand if you were part of that culture, or if you took the time to understand that culture, then you would realize not a single line in that book is wasted. It's all meant to mean something. Versus in America, which is where you and I are from, we'll dance around the fact of a point just to prove the point, instead of just giving you more reason why the point is the point. Um, so yeah.
Say that one more time. That's an interesting saying. That last little bit.
um, Instead of giving you the point, we'll dance around the point instead of giving you more reason why the point is the point.
Why the point is the point. That's another thought jerker. I have to assume that your book is going to be full of thought jerkers, because I know that you are like a magnet to thought jerkers. I mean, even paradoxes and existentialism are in of itself like thought jerker concepts. So I don't know. Do you think you're going to have a lot of like deep conceptual talking points coming from your books?
Oh yeah, 100%. I've sent out.
Yeah.
I have a few. I would call beta testers. That are
Beta test.
making their way. Yeah, I have the book as the original manuscript. I have them sign a thing. But they have a copy of the original manuscript. They're making their way through the original manuscript. And they're sharing their comments. They're sharing their beliefs, and what they're understanding, and a lot of constructive criticism, or overall just criticism in general. Um, that really helped me, and I take some of what they're saying to, not to heart, but I keep it in the back of my mind when I'm going through and I'm editing, and I'm finishing up the editing process, and I'm finishing up that little, like I shared with you earlier off screen, that book, that's basically a behind the scenes of how the book got made. So I'm taking everything that they're saying, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm not catering to the audience, but if there is a point of clarification that I need to make, that I make it. And one of the things that they've been saying is that they feel as if when they're reading the first few chapters, I have immersed them in the world of confusion and delusion. And there are so many things that the main character says, but he never finishes the thought.
Oh.
And it makes them more, it just draws them in more because it's just like, wait, but you're saying something, and what you're saying has substance, and there's meat to the context, but you're not finishing it, so I don't get to have the sandwich. It's like
Yeah.
when you go to hibachi and they like make the food for you, but you don't get to eat it.
Oh my gosh, the worst. Yeah, like the pole where they're like, here you go. Oh, here you go. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Even street
Yeah.
performers do that now, but it's just like
Yeah.
they were describing to me about that, and then one of my old English professors who, has been with me through the every step of the process, through every chapter of the process of the book. When he finished up the last chapter, and the last chapter talks about grief. The last chapter talks about the the unfortunate circumstance of losing a loved one, losing someone who unknowingly has become your world, and how to move on from that. He was describing to me how he felt during the reading process, and that he had to start the reading process over a few times because he realized how he started putting so much importance into that chapter because he saw for himself how important that chapter was for the book. So he had to restart it twice, and when he finished the third time reading through it, he was saying how relatable the grief was, the loss of finding someone, the ability of to find someone and then lose them, and the hardship of trying to cope without that person. He was saying how much he loved it. And like I have somewhat of a academic relationship with this person, so there's not too much bias in what he was trying to tell me. So I can take what he's saying almost verbatim from how he's telling me, instead of thinking, oh, that's just him trying to be nice to me. No, like he was trying to be as a um unbiased as possible. But he was telling me that
Nice.
the last chapter was just like an amazing wrap to the world, and it was done in a way that was unique. But the um just the storytelling of grief, the storytelling of lamenting, um, was just really good. And, I'm not going to spoil the ending, obviously. You know, there is a reason why our characters are in a season of lament at the end of the book. But yeah,
Oh, shoot. It's gonna be some heartache through the book. I mean, you
there's
got
heartache through
I
the
mean,
whole thing, bro.
I mean, yeah, you kind of. I mean, to an extent, like you can't have a story without heartache and trials and difficulties, right? Oh man,
It
I
wouldn't be realistic.
yeah, it wouldn't be realistic and it wouldn't be interesting. And that's the funny thing about what's it even like the concept of like, oh, I just want life to be easy and this and that, which we do crave for our lives to be easy. But at the same time, we don't want to hear a story of someone's life was easy. Anytime you hear a story, we want to hear a story of difficulty, overcoming trials and this and that. Like it's so interesting that that's what we want to hear, but we won't want to go through it.
Imagine Star Wars with Anakin like being like, "No, I don't want to be a Jedi."
Yeah. Just stayed on what Tatooine, right? And just
Tatooine didn't do nothing.
we started cheating using the Force on the pod races, just lived his whole life as a pod racer mechanic, I guess, or something.
He would have been a very wealthy engineer.
Yeah,
I think. I think.
but not the central character of the entirety of Star Wars.
Probably not.
No.
He probably would have been like that side character who's force sensitive, but doesn't get a lot of screen time, but is pivotal to the story because they probably smuggle goods or do something shady that helps the Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Star Wars has a lot of characters like that.
Yeah. Well, to pivot,
Let's pivot.
pivot kind of somewhat towards a more lighthearted subject. Do you have a favorite item in your room that you want to show people?
Oh my gosh. Favorite item is Well, it was going to be my 3D printer, but I moved my 3D
Oh,
printer back to my living room. Um, my sister went to Hawaii for her friend's wedding. Yes,
nice.
and brought me back a boomerang from Hawaii.
Oh, it's got Hawaii on it.
So it works. It's an actual boomerang. It actually does work. I've thrown it a few
Yes.
times, but because it's a sentimental gift, I don't want to like break it by accident.
Oh my gosh.
But it probably is one of my favorite things, other than this wooden machete from Puerto Rico.
A
Um,
wooden machete.
machete from Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Yo. Is it
So
sharp?
no, it's
Okay.
completely dull.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that'd be crazy.
That
I would have showed that on stream.
Or you could just lie and say, like, yeah, it's dull. And then meanwhile you're chopping watermelons with it.
Don't give me ideas now.
Puerto Rico slash. Anyway,
We're gonna move on from that one.
Move on from that.
We're gonna move
That's
on from that
awesome.
one. That one.
I love that it has sentimental connections. That's super super awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Man.
So do you have this is I want this to be an every JDizzle experience question, but do you have a silly law of the universe? And for example, it's like when drinking something refreshing, you must go or when holding tongs, you must click click. Like, do you have a silly law of the universe?
Oh man, it's probably gonna be like one of those guy rules.
Okay.
Like when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking meat, that you have to wash your hands every 5 seconds after touching. Like if
Yes.
you're cooking chicken, like raw chicken or
Yes.
like raw steak, you just have to wash your hands. Oh, I hate it. I do, but I feel so unclean touching it.
Yeah.
So that's that or when I'm driving on the highway and I'm in traffic and I'm seeing the lane go by and the lane's moving faster, I'm like, if I go in that lane, if I just switch into that lane, I'm still going to be stuck in traffic. So I'm going to stay in this lane. I'm going to stay in this lane, even if it means I'm running 5 minutes slower. And then I'm just looking back after I get to my destination. I'm like, I should have just switched the lane.
Oh
But
my
I know if I
gosh.
switch the lane, the universe would trick me and I'll be stuck in a slower lane because that's how it goes.
That is always how it goes. It's that is the stop and go traffic like that's like the COD timing of stop and go traffic. Right? As soon as you switch lanes, you switch into the slower lane. And then you're just like, I should have just stuck in the lane. And then you stick in the lane and it's always chronically slower. Like it is so bad. I totally feel you on that.
When you're playing
Like
Search and Destroy on COD and you don't check those corners and you just get demolished.
it's the one time you don't check the corner that he's there.
The
And
one
every time
time.
you check the corner, he's not there.
Or when you're not fighting and you're like, oh, I don't have to reload, and then you run out of bullets. But if you're like, if I would have just reloaded, I would have been okay.
Yeah. Yeah. COD timing.
2 times, bro.
That is
Too
so
many
real.
times.
Another odd question. What is
All
the
right, let's go.
weirdest where is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? And what got you to eat it?
Oh my gosh, I was at a Fear Factor once, and
Oh boy.
so for those of you who don't know, Fear Factor, I don't know if it's still around, but it used to be this show in the early 2000s, late 90s, where contestants would go on and they would like complete task for a certain amount of money. And the task that they would do was usually something that someone was very fearful of that was on the show. Um, so I was at one of those, like when I was a teenager. It was a huge event, and there was like no real prize or anything, other than the fact that you're better than the people around you. See, I fall for that stuff too. I'm only human. But like I'm walking in, I'm like 14, 15 years old. You got something to prove. You got seniors with you. You got like freshman college kids still around. So you're like, nah, I gotta be top dog, right? Nope. I ate a green jalapeno pepper soaked and marinated in 3 different types of hot sauce for 24 hours.
Oh my gosh. Did
So
you
they took a
wait? Did you
jalapeno.
sign up for this challenge, or were they like, all right, your
They're still
challenge is? Well, how did they do it? Because I think they switched it up sometimes.
they're completely random challenges. You have to sign a waiver before you even participate,
Yeah.
right? So if you enter the room, right, and there are 2 seating sections for people that are participating and people that aren't participating. Obviously, if you're not participating, you have to sit in the non-participation section. If you're caught in the participation session and you do a challenge without a waiver, you're in trouble. Let's just let that be known. Um, so I signed a waiver. You don't get to choose your challenge. So I was hoping, for those of you who don't know, I love pie. I heard there was going to be a pie eating contest. That's the only reason why I came there.
The
Literally the
only
only
reason
reason.
you came was for the pie.
Drove 40
Oh wait,
minutes.
I thought you had something to prove. I thought that was the other reason.
That became apparent when I sat down.
Okay.
That was the reason why I came there. Proving something was the reason why I stayed.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, so they took a jalapeno pepper. There were about 20 of us. They took a jalapeno pepper. They let it marinate in 3 different types of hot sauce for 24 hours, and it was still in the bag. It was still in the
Still
bag,
marinating.
still marinating. They didn't take it out to prepare for it. You had to go in the bag and pull it out, so your fingers were drenched in hot sauce. There was no milk. There was no water anywhere. They didn't bring any. It wasn't in the back kitchen. Like they didn't hide it. Like there was none. So I'm
That's
sitting there.
horrible. That's
It was terrible.
actually horrible.
It was terrible. I kid you not. Worst 12 hours of my life.
12 hours?
It did not agree with me. The food did not agree with me.
12 hours?
I was bedridden for 12 hours.
Bedridden?
I was bed.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, walk me through this. You eat the jalapeno.
Mhm.
You're suffering, I'm sure.
I'm suffering for like 2.5 hours until the event ends, and then I go home. Right. So like hour 3, I'm laying in bed, tossing and turning.
Cuz you still feel the sensation, right?
Oh, my mouth is on fire. The moment I ate it, I immediately was like and I wasn't a chump. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't a chump. I didn't like, eat it 1 second at a time, right? I took the jalapeno and I just swallowed it whole. Like
Wait, you didn't even
like
chew it?
I didn't chew it. No, no,
You
no, no,
didn't
no. I
even
was just like
chew it?
I'm gonna finish this challenge as fast as possible because I was sitting there and it's timed, right? Because you have like a minute and a half to do it. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this. And 20 seconds go by, and I'm watching each of the other 19 people suffer as they're chewing it. And I thought I would be smart. I thought I would just take the jalapeno pepper and consume it as fast as possible without chewing it. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do that. It
Wow. I mean, it's a good idea.
was terrible. I was on the floor crying.
But was your what? Wait, but if you
My
instantly swallowed it, obviously some of the hot sauce got in your mouth, but not the internals of the jalapeno. So where was the pain? Was it in the mouth or was it mostly like in your stomach, your
my
throat?
throat, my stomach, my
Oof.
my teeth were on fire.
Ooh.
It was terrible. And I thought I was smart because I bit the end off because I was like, I'm not gonna eat the stem. Like who eats the stem? That's where the
Yeah,
seeds are,
yeah.
right? And I thought I was done. So I bite off the jalapeno and then I consume it whole, right? And I'm like, I'm good. And then the judge goes like, no, you need to eat the stem too. And I'm like, oh, bro.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
So I'm like, all right, I guess I have to, because if I don't do it, I'm out for the night and I can't compete again. So I'm just like, okay, here we go. And at that point, my lips are on fire, like my face is turning red, my throat is burning, and I already feel like sick. So I was just like, I'm not gonna be a punk. I'm just gonna take it. So I took it, and then the challenge ends. I pass through, and then I'm like, cool, great, great, great. Mouth's on fire. I'm like, let me go drink water. I was 15, okay? I was 14, 15. I didn't know that you weren't supposed to have water. That water makes it worse. So at the water fountain,
Oh my
on
gosh.
the floor, crying because I feel so sick. My face is red, and I'm not even crying because I'm in pain. I'm crying because that's just what my body is choosing. Like I didn't feel pain. I was just like,
Wait,
oh my
what?
god, I can't stop crying because I'm so hot from this pepper. And I'm just bawling my eye. I can't even see. My
Wait, so
vision's blurry.
wait, it wasn't tears from pain. It was just tears just coming out as a bodily reaction.
Yes.
Wow.
Right? And this is like my stomach is starting to like churn and I didn't feel it yet. So I'm just sitting there, I'm just like I can't stop crying and I can't see. Oh my god. So I'm wiping my face.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh,
Remember, you had to go in the bag to pull out the pepper.
oh, I remember. I remember.
And I didn't wash my hands yet. So
Oh
I'm like
no.
wiping the tears off, and I do that thing. It
No,
was kind of
not
like
like
that meme.
this. Not you did it like this. Are you for real?
It's kind of like that meme where that guy was like, all the spiciness is in the seeds, and then he wipes his face with the seeds. By, anyways,
Oh
um,
god.
and I do, and it's
Oh
at
my
that
gosh.
point that my face is on fire, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die.
Oh my
So I was just like, I just
gosh.
gotta suck it up. I ran to the store. I ran 20 minutes out of the place. I went and I had like $20 on me. Luckily, it was enough to get milk. It was like a small carton of milk. I got milk. I consumed it. Um, but I'm out for the rest of the night. Like I can't do any more of the
Wait, you
activities.
ran out the building and just
I
ran to
ran
a
out.
convenience store?
Yeah,
How far was it? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't know. It was like 8:30 at night. I was just happy when it was open.
Wow, imagine being the cashier, like seeing you, hot sauce on your face, crying. Sir, can I please buy some milk? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's what it was like. You want to know the terrible part? Because I had such a bad reaction to it, I couldn't continue playing. You know what the event was by the time I got back?
Did everyone leave?
No. The event that was happening for the Fear Factor was the pie eating contest.
Oh my gosh. Yo, there's no way. By the time you get back there in the middle of the pie eating contest.
They're starting the pie eating contest, but I can't eat because I'm still not okay.
Oh my gosh. You can't, yo. That's like unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Wow. Wait, I have to know though, like what is your like how would you rate your normal everyday spice tolerance? Would you say like above average, normal, or
So,
like pretty low?
and I get this question a lot, mostly because I'm Hispanic. Um, but my response is this. Are we rating how spicy something is or how flavorful the spice is? Because
What
those are two different
your
things.
tolerance to spice, I guess, if that
It's
clarifies.
average. It's like a little above average.
Okay, above average.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like eating ghost peppers or
Pff,
whatnot, but like I could definitely.
that's like the top rank, dude. Like it's like I play football. I'm not in the NFL.
I could I could I think I could sit there for like I could go to a ramen place and eat like spicy ramen with like spicy miso ramen and have like a few bowls of that and I'll be safe. Um, I've recently got comfortable because I love pho. Pho is just amazing. Um,
Love
I
pho.
put like an entire like 2 to 3 jalapenos like cut up and like I mix it in with the broth so the broth like draws out all the jalapeno juice. I've recently got to the point where I don't notice it anymore when I have the jalapenos in there. I'm
Nice.
still careful though because I don't want to touch the jalapeno and then accidentally touch my eye. Um, don't look at me like that. Well, listen, fool me once, shame on me.
We-
Fool me twice, shame
exactly.
on
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fool me three times, shame on you for fooling a gullible person.
Wow. Oh, okay. I haven't heard that one before. Oh my gosh. Yo, I cannot believe how ridiculous that night was for you though. Like the thing that you wanted to eat pie and the one thing you really came there for was ruined for you. That's insane.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing like going in, try to prove yourself, get humbled really quick in front of like I don't know, like 50 people that know you in a room full of like probably like 150 people or maybe 200, right?
Yeah.
And then a few ladies that you might have a crush on in your class watch you just completely like lose all sense and ability of self-control
Oh my gosh.
involuntarily.
Yes.
Nothing like that. 10 out of 10 experience would recommend.
Would?
No, God,
Oh,
no.
oh, oh, wouldn't. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10, you said you gave it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I was joking.
Wow. That's
Oh,
insane.
man.
That is so insane. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, that's probably going to be one of the craziest things I hear from that question, I think. This show.
I would hope so.
I mean, you got a whole story attached to it too, like a cinematic pure cinema moment of eating this thing too. Oh my gosh. I'm curious though. Another thing I want to hear from everybody though is your normal 2020 experience, and if you ever fully ran out of toilet paper, or
Oh
if
no.
no, you never
No.
ran out of toilet paper.
No.
Well, that's good.
No. I think when I'm 100 or something, if I have kids or whoever is young enough and they don't know what 2020 was like, I'm gonna describe it as a war zone. But I think my we were in the stores. At one point, my sister looked at me, gave me a hug, and said goodbye as they tried to run for hand sanitizer. I saw three people die that day. Someone jumped and harassed a security guard for a belt because their pants were falling off. I'm gonna be so dramatic when I tell like the future young kids that.
Yeah.
Um,
You
I
know,
think
the kids are gonna be like asking you. They're gonna have to do homework assignments on
Oh,
2020. They could
100%.
be like, "Grandpa, what
100%.
was your experience with 2020? I have to write an essay about it."
Just I'm in the nursing home and I'm playing Smash and I'm so like locked in, and then I drop the controller and just flashbacks of and I just audibly scream in their face.
Oh my gosh. The whole Johnny, why does the whole essay say ah? Because that's what he told me. That's all I got.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, oh man, my 2020 year wasn't that different other than, taking college online, going through some I think common mental struggles that a lot of people were going through at that time. Um,
Oh yeah.
and then just being at home with family. You know, it's one thing to be at home with family on a daily basis. It's another thing to be in a lockdown with family. As much as you love family, family bothers you and bugs you in a way that is almost inhuman and only a thing that other family members can do.
Yes.
So,
Because they know exactly the worst way to bug you, right? And they do it.
and sometimes it's unintentional, and that's the part that pisses me off the most. Is when it's completely unintentional, and I'm like, oh, I can. Oh. You ever see
Yeah.
the Simpsons where Homer is strangling Bart Simpson?
I
know what I'm talking
honestly
about?
have. I'm not gonna lie. I only just started watching The Simpsons.
Okay, so never mind then. You're gonna see it pretty soon, though.
Okay, all right. That is yeah. No, that's so real. That's so real. Because you know what's funny though is like it is unintentional somehow, even though they know that's what bothers you. But it may be that is why it bothers you is because you live with that constantly happening, and now it's like
Yeah,
it's so psychology, man, the human brain.
yeah,
It's a
bro.
wild
We gotta
thing.
get a psychology major in here.
Yo, honestly. Oh man. All right, here's a fun question though. Well,
All
maybe
right,
not
bet.
fun. I mean, this is I should have asked this after your fear factor thing cuz this is similar. What's your most embarrassing middle school story? I mean, you checked this box. You don't remember having a middle school story?
There's just so many. It's hard to choose one.
What's the
Um,
most?
I mean, I feel like this is natural. Like, you're in middle school, you're changing for gym. I used to go to a private school. Um, you forget your school uniform, so now you have to go the entire day in your gym shorts and a gym shirt, and you get written up, and then your parents come pick you up, and then you get yelled at pretty loudly in front of the class on why you don't have your clothes.
Wait, you got written up because you didn't have gym clothes?
I was going against uniform.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think something like that, or your parent comes to like your parent or chaperone comes like on a school field trip, and they just do something like utterly embarrassing. I remember
Yeah.
my aunt came to an apple picking farm field trip, and I was like, "Oh, this is my aunt. She's kind of cool. It's gonna be fun." Nope. Nope. She was like, Eli, sweetie, my precious baby boy. And I'm like, oh, no. Literally in front of everyone outside the bus as soon as we got there. And I was like, my day's ruined. My day's ruined. My day's ruined.
That is one of the
Coincidentally,
worst things in middle school.
coincidentally, that was also the day I found out I was allergic to apples.
Oh, okay. Nice segue. And so, what happened with that?
I'm chilling. I'm at the bench, just picked apples. I was like, okay, I could try an apple. Bite into an apple, completely like my like I start to swell up, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I might be allergic. And I'm looking at my aunt, and I'm like, because I'm thinking I'm gonna die,
Oh my
right? And
gosh.
she like grabs a thing of water, just like starts like pouring it on top of like obviously down, so I can drink it. But she's just like pouring beverages after beverages, trying to flush out the taste of the apple, um, which is very weird because I later found out that I'm not allergic to apples. I'm allergic to the skin of the apple. Um,
Interesting.
which is technically a common thing that I didn't know about. So I don't know how common that is. Um,
I do have a theory about this because
mm,
my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, she
mm,
also says that she's allergic to fruits, all fruits, which to me, I'm like,
mm.
that sounds suspicious. But if you think about it, I think she's actually just allergic to the, oh my gosh, what's it called? The stuff you spray on fruits, the
Pesticides.
pesticides. Like, I mean, that would make so much more sense, right?
That's what I
Also,
think too.
this apple's skin, that's where all the pesticides are, right? I mean, obviously, pesticides are horrible. That's why we all have to rinse our fruit, and it still doesn't do enough. But
No,
I think that that's probably what it is. If you ate an apple without pesticides, which I don't know where you'd find one,
I would have to like create my own soil and grow an apple
and
tree.
create my own soil. That's one way to put it. No. Yeah, I will wait. I will wait decades for this tree to grow just so that I could taste the scrumptiousness of a true apple without pesticides one time. Oh
Hey,
man,
you got to do what you got to do.
yo, it's true. It's true, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Dude, it's really crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, we are now, I think, going to transition kind of into the game timeline or whatever of this. So I have a few games in mind. You checked almost all the boxes for the games.
They looked pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Other than one, but so I now have to choose which ones I wanted to do. But the first thing, I want this to be a consistent thing, and I'm gonna give you the privilege of being the very first to do this.
Okay.
We are going to write throughout the course of the JDizzle experience. I want every person that comes on the show to add 3 words to a story. And so you have a lot of power here to set the trajectory of where this is going to go. I added the first 3 words to this, once upon and now it's going to be your job to add 3 words to this story. Well, I'll give you like a little bit to think about it. And I'll play a little music in the background while I do. Uh-oh. What's your 3 words?
Place.
Once upon a place. Okay.
Comma, yep.
he said, I used all that time. I used all that time to come up with 1 word. Interesting choice, though. Interesting choice. Once upon it could have been time, but you choose place. Okay, shaking it up a little bit. All right. The pressure's on, man. I didn't think this would get to you. As you're a writer, man. You've written whole books and 3 words are screwing you up.
Time shattered.
Oh.
There you go.
I'll leave the period just in case they want to continue the sentence. Okay, yeah. Okay. I like it. We've got the first 6 words to our story now. We've got once upon a time. Once upon a place, time shattered.
That did PK over the Discord.
Did it?
Hopefully the recording picked it up.
Yeah, usually it doesn't peak on OBS. So yeah, we're good. All right. Brilliant. The second game that I wanted to test trial with you, which I think you would be the perfect candidate for, is Silly Debates.
Oh, I love silly debates. That's partly why I chose it.
I know. I mean, you're such a debater that I'm like, this will go perfectly. And because you are the guest, I will allow you to pick which side you want to take, and then I, by default, have to pick the other side and debate the other side. So, the first topic should be, if animals could talk, cats would be the meanest, or if animals could talk, geese would be the meanest. Who would be the meanest if animals could talk, cats or geese?
I'm gonna go geese.
Geese? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear your perspective.
I think we're so rude to geese. Think about the way that we interact with them. I live I when I was growing up, I used to visit a Costco, and there was always a family of geese, and every time, actually, one of my friends started throwing rocks at a geese, and a swarm of geese started chasing him up the road. True story. I
Wait,
just
what
think
did he
we're
do?
so.
How did he antagonize them?
He threw rocks at a family of
Okay,
geese.
well, that would do it. That would do it.
I just think geese are crazy. If they had the ability to talk, especially if they could like hold a office or like vote, the amount of things they would say about us.
Oh,
Woo!
what would
Oh
they
my
say? What would they
goodness.
say?
How unclean we are, how we're killing the environment, how
Do you think they would
dumb
be
we look.
aware of how we're killing the environment?
I mean, they are their living spaces are getting smaller and smaller by the year.
That's
I
true.
would think that if they could talk, they could have some form of reasoning.
That's true. That's fair. That's true. What else? What else would they say?
I think they say how dumb we look. They would comment how naked we are because we don't have feathers.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say geese.
Okay. Yeah. Well, cats. Cats, I think, would be meaner than geese because if we think about how many social interactions cats have with humans, it's much more frequent than a human has with a goose, right? And so the frequency of meanness would be much higher than the frequency of geese in terms of just even just purely off interactions with humans. But then cats also they don't give a crap about if anything happens to you most of the time. Most of the time. I'd say most cats. There are some sweet cats, but I'd say most cats they like they don't care. And so like you'd love them, and then they'd be like, yeah, I don't love you back. And that alone would definitely count as being mean in most people's book. Even if they're not like insulting you, which they very well could. I mean, who knows? I'm sure some cats. I mean, cats have very diverse personalities. I'm sure that some of the cats would be roasting you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I think we idolize cats so much in our society. I mean, look at the ancient Egypts. They literally looked at them as gods. And then you're gonna sit there with a straight face and tell me all that without even acknowledging the fact that we what's the word? We have this love for the random cat adoption agency. Are you familiar with that, by the way?
The random cat, you mean like the cat distribution
The cat,
system?
yeah, the cat distribution system. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone loves that idea,
It's
and it's
true.
not even real. But like, it's like a universal law for some people.
Yeah,
No,
it is.
no, 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 no. It's geese. Only because the way that we interact with cats, we treat them better than most humans. What if they were mean? It would be out of love because it's a love language. But if it were geese and they were mean, it's out of pure hatred.
How could I combat that? You know, we might have to leave it there. This would be the part where we would have chat vote who won. But
Yeah.
since we're recording this, we won't have chat vote. But honestly, I think you might have won. I think I gotta give it to you that you probably you probably are all right. I think geese are nasty. I think geese are super nasty and mean. It's
I think so
insane.
too, man. I would hate to be on the wrong side of a geese.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
They remember.
do they?
They remember you.
Oh my gosh. That's extra scary.
And they could poop on you.
You mean like while they're flying over you? Do you think they're that accurate?
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I would hate to anger any species of bird that has some like for instance crows or ravens. They
Yeah.
have
Oh
this
my gosh,
level of
yes.
intelligence where they can actually understand and communicate with humans, and if you they work off a bartering system. So if you trade pretty things for with them, then you can have them bring you stuff, and as a reward for bringing you something you like, you give them something pretty. There is actually a person who does do this.
Yeah.
It was on social media during the height of the pandemic. I don't know where they are now, but there is a way to train them, and they kind of become like your indentured servant, but in a way that benefits them because what you give them is how they survive. So I would hate to anger off any form of avian species that can fly over my car or fly over me as I'm walking outside and basically airstrike me.
Yeah, that literally, yeah. Yeah. AC 130 inbound.
The equivalent of getting 30 kills in COD.
Yeah, exactly. You charge up their anger meter enough and they unlock airstrike.
That's crazy, bro. I would
Yo,
personally, I would never ever want to be on on their bad side.
dude, they're so easily aggravated too. It's like insane how many videos there are of geese just attacking random people, even if they're just walking by. Like sometimes you don't even have to aggravate the goose. They just attack you just because you're walking by.
You just gotta look at it. You don't even have to look at it. You just need to be in the proximity.
Yeah, literally. It's like on site. It is on site. Super
Yeah,
insane.
it's crazy, man. I never would want that.
No, no. All right, let's do maybe one more topic.
All right, bet.
All right, who would win in a fight? A dragon or a unicorn?
What type of dragon? What type of unicorn?
Mm. The best up to our discretion.
Does the unicorn have magic powers?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What kind of powers?
Unicorn powers.
I think I'm just gonna go with the dragon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
Let's
think dragons are often described as these wise, powerful, godlike beings with incredible knowledge and wisdom. And also fireball. I cast fireball.
Yeah.
I don't care how big the room is, and if I might die. If I say I cast fireball, I cast fireball.
Yes, that is true. Okay. I mean, fireball is pretty it's true. It's true. I like to think that unicorns though have their magical powers are like beyond what we've seen. I mean, I'm sure you've seen they've got like they could shoot laser beams out of their horn. They could also maybe create like a shield barrier to block even fireballs, right? And then shoot like a super accurate thin projectile straight at the dragon and attack it. And they're also really quick.
Do you know how tough dragon scales are said to be?
But what about from a magic blast?
They're magical creatures. Of course they have magical defense.
Okay, they got magical defense. But I mean, usually you hear about its defense in physical toughness from physical attacks, though. Right?
Magic attacks don't work, bro.
Well, how do you know what the magical defense of a dragon is?
Merlin.
Merlin, okay. Did they cast? I don't remember them fighting a dragon. I'm not gonna lie.
Because they died. You want to know why? Because he cast fireball.
And it didn't do anything.
No.
Well, what if it was just fire resistance? But
Okay, so
a unicorn's is like not fire, and so the dragon would resist it less.
It has the ability to fly and move at incredible speeds. It has razor sharp talons and teeth, and it can chop. It's the strength of a dragon is stronger than a hippopotamus, which is the strongest notable jaw strength in the world. All I gotta do is get close, and then you're basically my lunch.
Unless I've got like some crazy force field that I feel like if a unicorn would have a power, two powers, it would be to shoot a laser beam and then also create like a force field around themselves?
No. The dragon would just whip you around with the tail.
Maybe. Maybe
You
depends.
would die from collision damage.
Well, I mean, this is a magical force field. I don't know.
So it's immune to the laws of physics?
Magic is kind of almost immune to the laws of physics, right?
Magic is physics.
Okay, well, that type of magic, but unicorn magic. Unicorn magic is unicorn magic.
Okay, listen. You're not going to defeat me with the power of the rainbow. Okay, this is not how it
works. Taste the rainbow.
That just reminded me of a skit. It was like on TikTok. I live chronically online, unfortunately. Where they were like, "You're not going to defeat me because I'm with the power of friendship, because I'm literally Satan from like the Bible." And they were like, "Put my friends," and they were like, "No, you're not gonna." I don't think you. I'm literally Satan. You're not gonna destroy me with the power of friendship. And then he snaps his fingers and he kills all of them. And I thought it was just hilarious.
Oh my! Yo, wait, what show is this in?
It was just like a random audio clip.
That's so funny. I'm literally Satan from the Bible. I love that. And are you saying that the dragon has that same power?
Yes.
How do they snap their claws?
They just scratch it against the surface. Usually the skull of the dead victim.
Oh. But if you have no dead victim around, then if I'm not dead,
you will be.
Oh. All right. This is when we'll again ask Chad. Yo, Chad, what do you think? Well, why don't you call it? Who do you think won?
I think I won.
Yeah. Well, natural home field advantage.
I have a lot of home field advantages.
That's true. All
I
right.
just be in the books. I'm gonna send you a link to that thing that I was talking about.
Oh. Yeah. Let me see this.
It's just like a sad audio. It's pretty funny.
Oh wait, hold on. My hotkeys not working. It's not switching scenes. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button. This is it.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, I just realized I don't have my my audio connected to Chrome.
No, you don't. It's kind of funny though.
Oh well. That's so funny. All right, our next game that we're gonna try out is this. It's called Mind Meld. I'm sure there's a bunch of words for it, but in my version, we'll call it Mind Meld. So we're gonna count down 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna say one word, preferably nouns, right? And we're gonna listen to each other's word, and we're gonna try to inch towards getting to saying the exact same word on the same countdown. We're gonna see how many rounds it takes us to get to the same word, and we're gonna try to get more closer and closer, if that makes sense.
Okay, no, I get you.
All right. So think of a word. Think of some random word. Let me know when you're ready.
I got it.
All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Apple.
Pineapple.
Oh my gosh! Whoa! 2 fruits. Yo. Wait. Think about it. Think of apple. Apple. Pineapple.
I have a pen.
Wait. No, wait. All right, you ready? All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Pen.
Pie.
No. Pie. Dude, we were this close. You sang the song. You sang the song too.
I thought about apples and apple pie, and I was like, I really would like an apple pie.
But well, pineapple pie. Pineapple pie
Apple
is not a
pie.
thing. Yeah,
Apple pie.
but we said we're trying to compare apple and pineapple.
Oh,
Oh man! All right, now
sorry.
we gotta compare pen and pie, and now work from there. We definitely got further apart with that first round. Something in between pen and pie. Okay, I think I have an idea. I'm ready. Let me know when you're ready. Something in between
So basic, bro. I have no thoughts.
pen and pie. What's a word that you could fit in between those two things?
I have one. You're not gonna like it though.
All right, let's try it out. 3, 2, 1. Recipe.
Tool. Oh.
Recipe tool. Okay. Recipe tool. Okay. I think I have a word.
Okay.
You ready?
I got one.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna get this, but hopefully we'll get closer. You ready?
Right.
3, 2, 1. Blueprint.
Ingredients.
Oh, close. Okay, that's pretty close. Blueprint and ingredients. Also, we can't ever repeat the same words as another rule I forgot to say.
Got
So
it.
no
That's
duplicates. Ingredients and blueprints. Ingredients, blueprints. Somewhere in the middle.
I got one.
Okay. I this is gonna be tough, but we'll try it out. 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Plan.
Operation.
Oh, we are close. Plan and operation. Oh my gosh.
It's funny because I was gonna say planning before, and then I thought operation.
If you said planning, I would have counted that as the same.
It is the same.
Oh,
It's
man.
just different ending.
Exactly. Oh man, dude. Yeah, you should have said it. Oh man. Operation and plan. Oh my gosh. Operation and plan. Oh my gosh. Operation's such an out of pocket word for this. You think I'm gonna say operation?
I don't know.
Okay. Dude, I don't know what to say, man.
I don't know either.
Operation and plan. I might need to set a cap. Like if you don't get it within
Yeah. Oh man.
6 tries or something. Do you have anything?
I don't.
All right, I think we're gonna scrap this one.
Oh man, my brain just died right there. I was like, Operation Plan, and I can't use any of the words from before. Ah.
Yeah, I know. if that's too brain intensive, we could transition to another one. All right. This next one, this is one of my favorite Jimmy Fallon games. It's not competitive, but it is very fun. I'm gonna give you 3 words or phrases, and you're gonna have to somehow sneakily sneak them into our conversation. What is happening? What the heck? You shining a laser on your camera? Oh my gosh.
Hopefully that doesn't mess up my camera.
Yeah, I hope not. And I'm also gonna give myself 3 words. And the point is that chat would try to guess by the end what the 3 odd words are that we're trying to sneak into the conversation.
Got it.
We don't have chat, but we could still rock through the process of trying to sneakily work in these words into the conversation. You got the words?
Yeah.
All right. So you were born in the 1900s. Do you ever Do you think that technology is kind of old or anything like that?
1900s.
1900s, yeah, dude.
I was born in the 2000s. What are you talking about?
Oh, are you for real?
Yeah, I'm a Y2K baby.
Wait, 2000?
2000.
Oh man, just missed the deadline, man. You're almost there.
Literally by 5 days.
Ah, shoot. Well. I mean, I like to think about all the old stuff that's come out, like how technology's advanced. You know, we have cell phones and how amazing that is. Coming,
Tell me more.
You know, all the way from like steam factories, all the way up to trains and rotary phones and
phones. I don't think the kids know what that one is.
They probably don't even know what that is, but that was like crazy technology boost back in the day. You'd have to spin the thing and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the transatlantic. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's like 80s, 90s, retro stuff. The same way that I know these kids know retro from Stranger Things.
Retro?
Really, like retro stuff. Items like the Walkman, like the headphones.
Yeah.
The sweatband. Some of them have like the fanny packs or like arm wristbands. The Game Boy, obviously.
Oh yeah, gotta love that. And you could put the Game Boy in the fanny pack. I
loved having a Game Boy growing up. Oh my gosh,
dude, Game Boys were so legendary. That was like the first real handheld technology, right?
Yeah, my mother actually used to have like an old 90s Game Boy that was like this big. It was like a brick.
What?
Actually? Yeah. So I remember this one time I was actually coming back from like hanging out like a birthday party. I don't know if it was like a Jeepers or like a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. We were kids back then.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jeepers though? Jeepers. I don't know if you've been to Jeepers. That might just been like a Jersey thing.
I don't know. I don't know what Jeepers is.
Okay, you're missing out. But yeah, we would come back. And like every now and then, she would let me play on like her handheld device. It was so old. How old, Mr. Eli? It was so old. That sounded like a dinosaur. Jesus. That you needed like 8 or 9, 8, 9, double A batteries.
Oh my gosh.
It didn't have you couldn't recharge the battery. You need like actual batteries for it.
Dude, that's insane. Dude, I used to try to put in I would always be putting batteries in after I've eaten tater tots, and my fingers would be all like greasy and slippery. And I'd always drop them, and I'd never be able to put the batteries in. Like from all the grease.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo, but speaking of Chuck E. Cheese, did you ever see the rubber ducks in Chuck E. Cheese? Didn't they have rubber ducks at Chuck E. Cheese? What?
What are you talking about?
Did I fully throw you out?
No, I'm just like, did they have rubber ducks?
I don't know.
I remember like them having like a mascot with like a mouse. The mouse would do like crazy stuff. I remember like drive cars. I always used to be afraid of those mouses. And then they changed it to like a cartoon mouse that I think they like walked around or like jumped on pogo sticks or whatever. I don't remember like rubber ducks. Was that like a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
You remind me of that character from Sesame Street that would take baths with the rubber duckies.
Yes.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Nope. Oh man. Well, end scene. Chat. Who is not there? Guess what words we tried to work in? All right. Oh, you've taken your guesses. All right. Why don't you reveal your 3 words that you had to work in and see if chat got it right?
Sorry, I totally zoned out right there.
Oh, sorry, you're totally good. Yeah, what were your three? What were your three words that you were trying to work into the conversation?
Fanny pack, Chuck E. Cheese, and pogo stick.
Yeah. How many people got it right? How many people got? Okay, all right, all right, all right.
Oh man.
My words were. I did not do a good job. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to be sneaky. I do not think I did a good job.
What was that whole Grease thing, bro?
I'm not gonna lie. I lied about most of the things I talked about. I just
didn't lie at all.
I lied. I never tried to put in batteries with tater tot fingers because tater tots was one of my words. I never thought that Chuck E. Cheese had rubber ducks because that was another one of my words. I had to say rubber duck. I didn't know how to fit it in. My last word was rotary phone, which I'm sure was super obvious, which I feel like you caught. You were like, rotary phone. I was like, oh.
Like, tell me more. I instantly picked it up and I was like, wow, okay. And then you mentioned that thing about tater tots, and I'm like, it's either tater tots or greasy figures. It's either or.
I'm
and
sure
then you just like you did the rubber duck, and I was like, all right, bro, I'll give that one to you.
Oh, it had to be incorporated somehow. I gotta brush up my abilities. That's also possibly what this is for. Is to practice my word sneak abilities.
If you don't improv, then you don't know how to play.
Wow. Yes, I mean you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. Oh man.
It is the name of the game.
Awesome. Well, I think I'm still trying to figure out how we'd close this out. Oh yeah, we would typically close this out. I'd grab a few questions from chat. I'd be like, yo, does anyone else have any last follow-up questions for Ripcord? Anything like that? We talk about it for like a little bit. And then
are we gonna do the video thingy?
Oh my gosh, you're right, the video thingy. Yo, we gotta do that. Yes. What is your soul vine? Soul vine being like, what is one vine or video or TikTok? It could be whatever. That video that describes you, like in a nutshell, like this, I relate to this on a soul deep level. And you sent me a certain video that I have not watched yet. And I think I would like it to be in the recording. So I'm going to quickly add a Chrome audio source.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say that. Make sure you get...
Oops. Nope, that's not it. Hold on.
While JD sets that up, I will say, so this clip does come from Adventure Time. Like I said before, I used to watch copious amounts of TV. But I read a lot. So I wasn't one of those iPad kids. I did have a brain up there. I was using it to the fullest potential. How old was I? I don't know how old I was. That's probably because of the TV. Anyways, Adventure Time is this really cool show. RIP Cartoon Network, who no longer is with us anymore. But Cartoon Network used to have bangers: Adventure Time, Regular Show, Robot Boy, and these shows were created probably around middle school, elementary school, definitely elementary school. And Adventure Time is one of those shows that was very eccentric, very odd, very anthropomorphic. But they had a lot of hard hitting episops, and I like this one specifically.
Got some big words in there. Anthropomorphic? It's quite the word.
Anthropomorphic, yeah.
Anthropomorphic. Wow. Probably still said it wrong.
You're fine.
All right. I think it's working.
All
right. Here's your soul video.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I could watch it on my end.
It's so sweet. It's so sweet.
Hmm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nothing's different.
That is awesome. Honestly,
Yeah.
that is a great choice. That is a great choice. That is such a wholesome, amazing scene, honestly.
It's so cute. I love it. But it's just a really good part of the show. Eventually, not to spoil it, but I'm going to spoil it. Jake finds out that he's adopted, that he comes from an alien race, and which is why he kind of looks like that blue creature. And he's having an identity crisis because he doesn't know who he is. Um, and I love both sides of the conversation. I really love Jake's brother, how supportive he was, and like he was honest. He was like, "Yeah, Dad asked me to be supportive, but to be honest, I would have done that even if he didn't ask, because you're my brother and I love you." And I think that's kind of that was just a beautiful moment right there. And the part about his brother feeling seen when Jake was looking at the paintings was also great too.
That's awesome. How do you? What about your soul resonates with this in your own soul?
I think just the part about change, but also like the level of self awareness, which is we're always in a perpetual state of motion, and maybe if our outsides don't change, our insides are always changing, and we grow and shrink with every new experience or familiar experience we have. So I feel like it's great. I feel like for me it's just a reality in a cartoon, which is why so many of my students love Bluey, because Bluey is such a phenomenal thing and it's never been done before. It has, just in different ways.
What
But
is
Bluey's
Bluey?
great.
What is Bluey
You
again?
never seen Bluey?
That's that's a cartoon, yeah.
Yeah, the cartoon about the dogs.
I actually haven't seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you doing? Watch Bluey!
When did that come out?
Like years ago. Like 3 years ago.
3 years? That's not even that long ago.
4 years ago. 2022.
That's still not that long ago. Is it?
That
Is
was
it?
4 years ago.
It's that good?
Yes!
Is it? How would you say it pairs with Adventure Time then?
Adventure Time was made for people in middle school. Bluey was made for people in elementary and pre-K, but they still cover the same level of content. Like the intensity level is still the same. They just go about it in different ways. There's an entire episode that talks about um, the grief a young lady has, young middle-aged lady has, um, who's actually the sister of the mother of the main family. And the grief that she has is that she can't have kids. So she's hanging out with her sister's family and her nieces, and there's a sense of I love these people, but also like I'll never be able to have this. And how the two sisters bond over that, and they're able to just have a deeper bond and talk about that without actually talking about it, because there are kids present, but you know stuff like that. Or even like part of there's an episode that talks about being a single parent and being like a single mom, and they like for 5 seconds, like 5 unedited seconds, the single mom stares into the screen, breaks the fourth wall, and is going, "You're doing well. You're a great mom. No one can expect this from you." And it's literally just talking to the parent, and it's just like subtle things like
Wow.
that like go unnoticed as a child, but
Oh
when
yeah.
like you're able to like actually have like a conscious thought.
Wow.
And that's so terrible. When you're more mature and you can understand
Yeah.
what the theme is, there we go.
Yeah.
Then you pick up on those moments a lot quicker.
Wow. And how many are there? A lot of those types of moments in the show?
Oh yeah, they have not in every episode, but like almost every episode.
I love that. I actually love that because the parents are watching the show with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I so this is like that's like the wholesome version of what Shrek did, because Shrek was like one of the first movies to do like kid humor and adult humor like separately. Like only the kids laugh at the kids parts, only the adults laugh at the adult bits.
I was torn because I did want to choose the clip about Shrek when he's talking to Donkey, and the moon's in the background, right? Shrek is. Listen, I know people could be like, but Shrek is such a dumb movie. It doesn't deserve all that hype. No, it does.
It has a cult following for a reason.
Literally.
Absolutely, yeah.
Shrek is top tier. It's literally a 10 out of 10. Shrek 2 outpaces Shrek by yards. And it's the best sequel to any movie I've ever seen, except for Paddington 2. That being said, I just think Shrek is just a phenomenal show. I mean, a phenomenal movie. That scene where he's talking to Donkey about how people view him and his honesty of like how other people's perspectives have started to change his own perspective about himself, and how he realizes that, but he doesn't know what to do with that, and the way that Donkey tries to comfort him during that time, especially during the confusion of the movie of, oh, he likes Princess Fiona, but he doesn't know if Princess Fiona likes him back. But we as an audience know that she does. It's just like, wow, that's just like prime age, like lacking security, don't know much about the world, unsure about everything kind of a thing. It was great to see that in an adult. There's a sense of like, oh, I don't have to know what I'm doing right now, and that's okay.
Dude. Absolutely. That's like, and the craziest thing is like, we're around the same age, and
how old are you?
28.
Damn. Sorry.
Don't do the Kevin Hart with me. Don't do the Kevin Hart with me. I'm not even that old, bro. I'm still in my 20s.
Barely, but okay.
Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that was funny.
Oh man. But
you're saying,
yeah. What was I saying? I don't.
You're saying how you were like in your 20s and like you were not that old, but you understand it. Life stages.
Yes. It's gone. Yeah, I don't know. It happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, ADHD with JD.
Yup.
I just love how you have all those sounds just ready to go.
I haven't been using a lot of the sound effects this interview because I wasn't sure how much I should be using the sound effects. But
you should have used them more, in my opinion.
I mean, maybe perhaps because I know you can at least hear the sound effects. Because oh man, but this has been an amazing interview. Ripcord, thank you so much for. I mean, technically test trialing the JDizzle experience, and also still being the very first guest.
It's been the experience.
Good. I'm so glad it's been the experience. And this may or may not, who knows, be posted, up to you or whatever.
Yeah, we can post it.
Yeah. Once the official, once it's officially announced, I guess maybe I'll post it as a little taste, a little teaser for people.
What to expect? Yeah,
exactly. Awesome.
You do like shorts and reels from it.
Yes, there's a lot of shorts and reel potential for this as well. Yeah, that's like one of the reasons I want to do it. Another reason is just to be able to merge communities, like merge my community, get to know other streamers, and then their streamers. I mean, their community of those streamers get to meet me or whatever. It's a lot of melding, which is one of the beautiful parts of Twitch. So
yeah, it's great.
Love that. But you can't hear right now, but this is the exit song for Ripcord theme song. Yeah.
I have to download that. I have yet to download it.
Yeah, download your song, dude.
Where is
Yeah. Thank you for joining the JDizzle experience. Yeah, I don't have a closing screen, so I'm just gonna hit stop recording.